Meow, Huples cat. I'm going for a little bit of a walk. It's actually raining and it probably will get wetter, and I'm going to see what the fall has brought to my area. And my area is south central Ontario. Let us go. The council put new culverts in on the entire length of the road, then graded it, slapped tar down and poured a whole bunch of stones on it. Over time this will be good, but at the moment this is pretty bad for Wolfie because even his little trolley can't go on this very well. So there is some fall colouring going on, but I think this year it's not going to be great, but we shall see. This is yet another new culvert, and you can see there are areas where we do have some striking fall colouring. As you can see, most of our deciduous trees have not even turned colour, let alone fallen yet. So as you can see where the trees have turned, it's absolutely gorgeous. Bear in mind, this is quite a cloudy day. Full sunlight, really, really gorgeous colours, but it really hasn't gone that deep this year. Fair number of lots in this area. This is a no-through road that we're on, and they're mostly occupied seasonally. But there is crown land. Today I'm going to go on an owned lot that's not wired off, and we'll have a look, see what we see. I wanted this to be a fall colours hike, but it's not really that cooperative. So I'm altering it, and I'm going to risk poison ivy. I'm going to go in there. Can you hear the rain? So somebody probably owns this, but they're not really coming up very often. What you just heard to the left is actually wild turkeys, but I doubt we'll see them. So like I say, people haven't been coming up here because the wood that's fallen in the spring hasn't been crushed. And here you can clearly see from the undergrowth. It's been cleared, but nobody's been using it in the last year. They had plans, they did a little bit of stuff, but they didn't really do a lot of stuff. That way, but that way's close to the road, and there's this way. Now I have been down this way about 50 metres before, and we were stopped by water. This time we're going to go all the way down and up the hill, I think, and we'll see what we shall see. Although this is very close to where I live, Kitty knows where I am. She knows approximately how long I'm going to be, so if I get into trouble out here, she'll know where to look for me. The other thing with it as well, you want to wear bright orange gear and red gear, especially in hunting season. It is not hunting season, and I am not. Maybe I should. But I have my ears open, and I've been hearing firing in a different position where I am right now all morning, so I'm just keeping my ears and eyes open, and if in doubt, I will be in trouble. But I am sticking to trails, however bad the trails are. Wow, beautiful. Really need to figure out fungi identification. Always respect property rights and don't damage anything, but you can see there's been almost no vehicle access up here for at least a year. Fungi. Can you hear the rain? Well, I've been going for about half a kilometre, bent well away from the road. I don't know if you can see that, but there seems to be a lake down there. I do, of course, mean Beaver Pond. I'm going to go up there, but first I am going to go down there. So just to make the point again, you don't want to go trespassing, especially where areas of people are going to be, especially people have guns. But as you'll notice that fell down probably in May in the Draco. You can tell by the leaves and the condition of the trunk how long it's been there. And nobody's been near it by foot and stood on it, and nobody's definitely been around it in a mechanical form of transport. Generally a ATV would make a track on the outside or something like that, but round here they would use a chainsaw and get it out of the way. An elf, another unknown fungi. So somebody's been here and they've been sawing with a chainsaw quite recently. Beaver's also active here at least a year or so ago. And this is our reward. Beaver Pond. Fairly deep one right in front of me. Nothing's been digging at that. Most likely bare. ATV track. Now I'm thinking this way is where the branch off was, where I went left instead of going right because I said it'd be too close to the road. But why not? Let's find out. Exploration, young Huples. Explore. Took me back to where I started on my descent. So I'm going to go back the way I came and we'll see what we see. This is actually the way I came into this, and until now I was unsure. You really got to be careful. If you're doing this sort of stuff at night, you really got a good chance of getting lost. You really do need a decent map and a compass, and you need to be very aware of where you're going. Elf! Another unknown fungi. Of course I have neither a map or a compass on me. I do have a knife, and I do have some toilet wags for my bum, and I have the ability to make a fire if I had to. But I'm really not anticipating that. There's a road literally 100 metres that way, and I'm very aware where the road is, because you can hear it because of the tar and gravel. Again, signs of people. Probably 2 to 3 years ago. So that's very little trodden, and I think actually that's the way I would have gone if I'd borne left when I came over the top of the mountain. Well, let's carry on and get back to the turning point, and we're going to go right. Well, there you go. I don't know if you can see it, but behind me is the rusted pipe, metal pipe. So I've actually gone almost right the way back to the entry point. Didn't think I had, so I'm going to retrace my steps and then bear left instead of right down towards the beaver pond. The path I came up from the beaver pond, and then I started going this way, expecting to have the path go up the hill. and I can't see it. So I've obviously done something wrong. And what I did wrong was I didn't then go back down the way I'd come. This was a clear clue and I didn't notice it at the time, but I have now. So actually that's the way I then went. But I intended to come back to here and go that way. So let's go. Now that's interesting. I have a bifurcation. I have a small piece of wood down on that one and a small piece down on that one. That would suggest to me human intervention or just blind chance. Okay, this one fell with wind damage and it's been some time since somebody came through with a chainsaw. So I'm going to go this way, and if it works out, and it didn't last time, we're then going to go that way on the way back. This should dead end, though I'm not really sure where exactly we are in relation to the roads. I know there's a road about 500 metres that way, and I know there's one over there about 4 to 5 kilometres from here, so we shall see. There are absolutely no roads that way. A decision to be made. Again, I'm going to head towards the water. So it actually has some colour up there. It's a pity it's not a brighter day. You'd probably see it if it was. Well, since that chair was used, and that's a chair. And a really comfortable one. And that's the view. Lovely. So this is a really nice find for us. This would be a great 2 to 3 kilometre loop. And it'd be great on snowshoes. And I need to know if it's used in the winter or not. And I could wait till it snows and see, because you see tracks, or I can follow the ATV trail, find exposed rocks, and note there's almost no scarring on it from snowmobiles. The tree came down and took out a human-made structure. For those of you who've led sheltered lives, that's probably designed to hold hunters up here to kill deer and bear. Kind of a sketchy trail on this side. Probably came down in the May Dreco. Could have come down in the F1 tornado that hit quite close to here. So before I go any further, I'm going back that way. That's another trail. I'm just fooling myself. There was a much clearer trail just on the other side of this deadfall. So somebody did clear this to get access. But there ain't been any motorised vehicles through here for a while. Again, you don't have the tracks on there that you would get from a snowmobile. But there has been activity, human activity, very, very recently. Quite deep in the forest, and there's actually a huge drop-off down there. There's a trail. Another unknown fungi. At this point, we're walking these trails for probably 2 kilometres onwards. Being a little quiet. This would eventually hit a road. There are homes on the road. That might be one. Let's have a look. Barbed wire. No real indication of habitation. Except I think that's mowed in the spring. I don't think that is beaver. I'm going to go this way because I actually want to get back to the road at this point. I've been out over an hour, and although I do have water, I don't have a lot of water, I didn't bring any food. Lovely. I can hear the road, and I can also hear people. I'm going to go this way. I may have to go back. Road. Housing. But a fence. Now I wouldn't go this way, but I think I might go that way if I walk slowly with purpose. By the road, and it's a dead stand. So I actually just saw a car go by, so I feel much more confident. But the question is, what do I do if I get found by a property owner and they're mad at me? Well, I use the cretin defense. I tell them exactly who I am, exactly where I came from, without lying, and I say the truth. I was out with my camera to take some fall colour shots on the back end of our property on the south end, and I got lost, and can they point me please in the direction of the road? That generally works. It only works once though, bear in mind. Try not to trespass in hunting areas, especially during hunting season. People up here are a little bit lax about licenses and seasons. Yep, exactly where I wanted to be, so I will head that way and then go home. Actually, it was the second area I wanted to go up because it's not restricted, at least it's not said so. Fairly sure there was a sign there saying private property, but it no longer exists. So I've actually done a complete trip that I wanted to do today, so time to head home. I didn't see any, but now I'm sticking to the trails. So yeah, I think that's a decent walk for us in the non-hunting season. And 250 metres from up there where we emerged, that's where we went in, about an hour ago. So it's about a kilometre that way, so done about 5 to 6 kilometres. Quite happy. Mostly didn't get wet because I was under the tree canopy. Thanks for watching. Get out there and explore your neighbourhood. This is my neighbourhood and it's beautiful. I hadn't explored that until now. Thanks for watching. Toodles. This has been a tiny terrier avoiding the rain like the plague production 2022. But most of the evergreens, but most of the deciduous trees, but most of the